Hey, everybody. Welcome, friends, other interested parties. Thank you for joining me for Friday Night Live Hypnosis. Um, if you can, give me a comment down below. Let me know you're listening, you're watching, broadcasting in two places. I'm over on YouTube and I'm over on Facebook. So please let me know. I do want to let you know. I don't necessarily see it when you comment, so I apologize if I don't answer. There's one. I see Natasha's listening way over in the UK. It must be like so early for her. I haven't used these. I haven't gone live for a while, so they've updated some stuff. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But hey, we're gonna muddle through this. So I wanted to just start doing some more hypnosis live. I haven't done them for a while. Here's the thing. I'm going to try to come back here every single Friday, but the problem is I am on the road a lot. So sometimes it's going to be tough, but otherwise I will be here. I'll be doing live hypnosis. We're doing some demonstrational stuff like tonight. I'm going to see if we can stick your fingers together. Whoa, what? I'm going to see, you might even forget your name. Who knows? All kinds of fun stuff could happen. And then sometimes I'm going to be doing the helpful stuff, more like, success oriented things like that. And you can find all of those. I've got it on my YouTube channel. There's a what's that thing called? Channel? No, playlist of hypnosis sessions. I see Juan is here. Hey, Juan Valdez. I like your coffee. Anybody remember those commercials? All right. Hey, let's get right into this. First thing I need to let you know. Hypnosis is fun. Pretty much everything that you've ever heard about hypnosis, seen about hypnosis in movies or TV is false. So, I could go into a big, long explanation. Watch my TEDx talk. Just search Jim Kellner TEDx. It'll tell you a lot more about hypnosis. I do want to point something out quickly, though. Sometimes people tell me, because I'm a stage hypnotist, I'm also a hypnotherapist. And so sometimes people, and if I seem like I'm looking at two places, I didn't get things quite set up properly, apparently. So I had to do, I'm doing phone and computer this time. Sorry about that. So because I do both, so I do the funny stuff. I make people, dance around, jump up and down, all that kind of stuff. And I also help people to, quit smoking, lose weight, make more money, whatever. And so I've had people ask me, well, how can you be funny? How can you be funny and still help people? Well, here's the thing. This is the way I think about hypnosis. It's just a tool. And I can use this tool for a variety of purposes, just like a hammer. If you have a hammer, I can hammer in a nail. I can also take out a nail. So we got different uses for it. I see Lisa's here, Ravi's here. Hey, welcome everybody. We're going to try some fun stuff. Now, this is some of the kind of stuff. It's called hypnotic phenomenon. This is the kind of stuff that I do out in my, when I'm doing street hypnosis, for instance, or I might even do it in a stage show. I'm not going to do this in a hypnotherapy session. If you come to me to quit biting your fingernails or something, we're not going to make your fingers stick together, anything like that. I do want to let you know that it's important that if you're going to participate, please don't do any kind of hypnosis, meditation type stuff when you're driving or moving around, because you could zone out and bad things could happen. We don't want bad things to happen to you. And just for my attorney's sake, I will say that everything is for entertainment purposes only. All right, so let's get started. The first thing I'd like you to think about is when we do hypnosis, for some people, it's a very relaxing experience, especially if we're doing hypnotherapy. For other people, it's a very energizing experience, although almost every single person afterwards reports to feeling more relaxed. Now, what you experience is probably going to be one of three things. And let me just kind of tell you what to expect. So one of the things, so people tend to feel about one to three different things. One of three different things. Sometimes people will zone out completely. They don't hear a word that I say. After the hypnosis is done, they're like, wow, I don't even, where was I? What happened? How much time has passed? For other people, they kind of zone in and out. They're kind of, they remember some of it. They don't remember others. And then some people, they actually hear on a conscious level every single thing that I say. Really, in hypnosis, doesn't matter. Everyone's going to experience it differently. And so let's get started. The first thing that I want to do with you is just to have a little bit of fun with, it's called finger magnets. If you're a hypnotist watching, hey, sorry, this is probably going to be pretty boring for you because you've already done all these things. But if you're not a hypnotist, it might be fun. I really want to test your imagination and just kind of see what happens. So what I'd like you to do, and if you're watching, please let me know. And I think there's a way that I can even bring someone on. Nope, I don't know. I thought I could bring someone on and let them get hypnotized. I don't see a way to do that. I'll look into that. I'm sure there's a way. Pretty sure there's a way. One of my friends does that. All right. So what we're going to do is, first of all, remember, I need you to get in a very relaxing place, wherever you're at, whether you're sitting or lying down. That's where you need to be. Make sure nothing's going to fall on you. You're not going to fall out of your chair. I want you to just imagine right now my butt is stuck to the chair or whatever. We don't want you falling out of the chair, just in case you're one of those people that zones out completely. Now, just kind of loosen up a little bit, if you will. Loosen up. And I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want to experience hypnosis? The answer is yes. Yes. Say it out loud, if you will. If there's nobody else around, just say it out loud, just for yourself. I do want to experience hypnosis. We're really just going to test your imagination and see where it goes from there. All right. So, yeah, I'm getting messages from people that don't know how this works. All right, get ready. Okay, so what we're going to do is put your hands, put your phone down if you're watching if you're on the phone. If you're watching on your computer, just go ahead and put your hands together like this. Okay, so you're gonna clasp your hands, and in a moment, but not quite yet, just watch what I do. And then I want you to do it after I do it. Okay. So what I want you to do is go ahead and take your fingers and spread them apart. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. And I just want you to swatch in the middle. I want you to look between them, really focus on them in the middle and just kind of see what happens. All right. So go ahead and clasp them together now. And then if you will, go ahead and open those fingers. Just pull them apart. And I want you to look between those fingers and notice what happens. I want you to imagine that in those fingers, in each of those fingers, there are magnets. And I want you to just notice how those fingers start to come together. Almost by magic, they sort of start to come together. And in fact, the harder you try to resist that, the harder you try to resist those fingers coming together, the quicker they come. That's right. Just watching it, watching those fingers come together, watching those fingers come together. And as they come together, as those fingers come together, they become stuck. Imagine that they're stuck together right now. Those two fingers are stuck together, totally, completely stuck together. And then imagine putting super glue on those fingers. Just imagine that you could put super glue on those fingers so that they become even more stuck together, so that the harder you try to pull them apart, the more locked they would become. The more totally, completely locked they would become. Totally, completely locked together. Excellent. Very good. Just like that. And then try, when you're certain that they are stuck together, you've used your imagination to stick them together, just try to pull them apart. And I can't do this for you. This is your imagination, not mine. Go into it with the thought, my fingers are stuck together. My fingers are stuck together, and then try to pull them apart. Try to pull them apart. Find that they just won't come apart. They will not come apart. The harder you try to pull them apart, the more locked they become. Now, if you're one of the lucky folks who has a really great imagination and your fingers became stuck, in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. The moment I say three, those fingers will come apart. 1, 2, maybe be a little bit sticky. 3, pull those fingers apart. They come apart just like that. If you're one of the lucky people that your fingers did stick together, comment below. Just comment below. Yes, they stuck, whatever, something like that. Let me know. I want to see what your imagination is like. And then we're going to move on to the next thing. Not everyone is going to be able to get their fingers stuck together. Just depends on the person. Let me just say hi to Benito really quick. Awesome. All right. Perfect. Now I want you to take a few deep, relaxing breaths. Just a few relaxing breaths. And we're going to try something else now. Now, this is a very interesting experiment. I do want to let you know too that if you want to talk about hypnosis or just talk about cool stuff in general, I'm going to be doing an episode of Exploring Awesome over on my what's that Clubhouse channel. As soon as we're done here, I'll explain more about hypnosis. We can chat about stuff over there. There's a link in the comments on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, then head over to just go to Clubhouse and then search Exploring Awesome. All right. Hey, Lizzie, I see you over there. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do, this is going to be really awesome. Did anybody have their fingers got stuck? Yes. Juan. Yes. Excellent. Juan did. Benito did. Right. I know Benito, the pro at this. Go watch his stuff. Go watch. He's got some great stuff on TikTok, by the way. Be Hypnotized, I think is his name. Drop your TikTok handle down there. And if there's any other hypnotists, please drop your handle down there. As soon as I can go live over there, I will. Okay, now the next thing. This is one of my favorite things. In fact, this is the induction part of this little phenomenon we're going to do is part of the induction, the process that I use to get people into hypnosis on the stage. So it's a very powerful technique. It's called the Elman induction. We're just going to do what's called an eye lock, which is from the Elman induction. And then I'm going to invite you to relax a little bit and go into hypnosis, and we're going to practice with some more fun stuff. So I want you to just think about this concept for a minute. I want you to take your hand and make a fist. Make a fist. All right? Can you imagine making a fist so tight, so strong, that you couldn't make it any tighter? Think about that concept. Now, I want you to think about the opposite of that. Could you make your hands so relaxed like this that as long as you maintain that relaxation, you wouldn't be able to move your hand? Can you imagine that? Now, of course, we know logically, if you let go of the relaxation, then of course you could move your hand. But what if you were able to hold on to the relaxation long enough so that you couldn't even move your hand? Like you just go, wow, I can't even move my hand. Because in just a minute, you're going to find out that's what's going to happen to your eyelids. That's right. Because in just a moment, I'm going to help you to stick your eyelids together. So close your eyelids and get them stuck, just like some of you found with the fingers. Now, this is very easy to accomplish if you have the imagination for it and if you go in with the right attitude. With hypnosis, sometimes people, in fact, I sometimes get emails from people. I remember recently I got one. Somebody emailed me, said, "I bet you can't hypnotize me." I replied, "Okay." What do I care? It doesn't matter to me. That's why I made my TEDx talk. If you can't be hypnotized, you lose, because it's a very powerful technique. If you can use your imagination to get your fingers to stick together, your eyes to stick together, think of what else you could accomplish, right? So, hey, we got those. Thanks, Benito. We got your info there. He puts out some really great stuff. One of my inspirations for starting to do this, in fact. All right. Take a few deep breaths. Shake it out again. And again, this is your imagination. I can't do this for you. You've got to do it. So I want you to just look into my eyes. And I want you to take a nice deep breath, and I want you to open your eyes nice and wide. And I want you to just choose a point. Keep your face forward, but roll your eyes up. Roll your eyes up and pick a spot on the ceiling or maybe a light out in front of you. I've got this great big ring light in front of me. I could look at that. But I want you to pick a spot up on the ceiling while keeping your nose pointed forward so your eyes are rolling up in your head. And I want you to just pick a spot. I want you to stare at that spot for a few minutes. What we're looking for is eye fatigue. Now, your eyes are probably going to start to water a bit. They're going to start to flutter a little bit. That's not because I'm saying that. It's because that's what happens when you get into a staring contest. So I want you to really just kind of focus on that right now. Focus really hard on just keeping those eyes open. And in a moment, I'm going to invite you to close those eyes. But before I do that, I want you to just lift up your shoulders, take a nice deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let those shoulders fall, let your eyelids fall, and just imagine now that they're becoming stuck. Imagine what it would be like if your eyelids were closed and stuck shut. It's a very interesting concept. Again, I can't do this for you. You've got to do it. Test of your imagination, not mine. And so as you're listening to my voice, begin to notice how those eyes start to really feel like they're locked shut. And you start to realize that the harder you might even try to open those eyes, the more locked they become. And in just a moment, I'm going to invite you to open those eyes. And I want you to discover that they just won't open. The harder you try to open those eyes, the more locked down they become. I want you to imagine right now that you're putting super glue on those eyes. Imagine big globs of super glue. Imagine rubbing that into your eyes, on your eyelids. Just imagine it right there. So it's on the outside, doesn't bother your eyes at all, but it just sticks those eyes completely shut. Put a little duct tape on your eyes. Imagine putting some duct tape on your eyes, because in just a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. The moment I say 3, try to open your eyes. Discover that they just won't work. The harder you try to open them, the more locked they become. Now, you know logically, if you let go of the relaxation, you let go of the sticky feeling, they would, of course, open. Make all those muscles totally, completely relaxed. All the muscles around your eyes becoming totally, completely relaxed where they just won't work. 1, locking them down completely. 2, feeling that sticky feeling. Your eyes will not work. The harder you try to open those eyes, the more locked down they become. 3, try to open your eyes, discover that they just won't work. The harder you try to open those eyes, the more locked down they become. It's an interesting feeling. And then just take a deep breath. Exhale slowly and stop trying. Very good. And now in just a minute, I'm going to invite you to open your eyes and close them right back down again. Now, if for some reason you weren't able to maintain focus, or you weren't able to get in the right frame of mind to lock those eyes shut, that's okay. Keep watching, because you can still go into a very deep state of relaxation. That's just sort of a test of your imagination we just did. Sometimes people actually discover that they can open their eyes, and it's just they didn't go into it with the right attitude. Good. Some of you already knew what I was going to ask you to do, so those eyes did open, because you know in just a moment I'm going to invite you to open those eyes right up. And so now, on the count of 3, I'm going to invite you. I want you to open those eyes. I want you to open them nice and wide. And then I'm going to say the word sleep. Anytime that I say sleep today, it doesn't mean go to sleep. It just means relax your body and mind completely. It just means relax all the muscles of your body and mind, although you stay stuck to your chair or wherever you're at so you do not fall down. In a moment, I will count from 1 to 3. The moment I say 3, those eyes will open. As soon as I say 3, those eyes just close right back down. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes and sleep. That's right. Very good. Just close those eyes right down and notice giant waves of relaxation going from the top of your head all the way down to the bottoms of your feet, even down to the tips of your fingers. Open your eyes. Good. And sleep. Just relax all the way down now. Just relaxing completely. Just relaxing completely. If you've come in the middle of this, that's okay. You can continue watching and just follow these instructions. You're going to go into a very, very nice state of relaxation, perhaps even becoming hypnotized now. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. Nice deep breath in and then sleep. Let those eyes close right back down. Let them close right back down. Going into such a deep, relaxing state. Such a deep, relaxing state. In fact, the deeper relaxed you become, the better you feel. The better you feel, the deeper into relaxation you go. That's right. You're doing perfectly. I see anyone who's watching on Facebook, I can bring them on. If you want to come on with me, and just comment that you want to come on, and we'll continue on with this. So now, I want you to think about this possibility. The possibility that your whole body could begin to feel loose and limp, so totally loose and limp, it would be like a wet dish rag. I want you to imagine that if I could just came by now and I lifted up your hand and dropped it right back down, it would just flop right back down to your lap. Imagine me lifting up your hand right now, dropping it back down, and you just relax. You can't be bothered to think about anything except the sound of my voice because all outside sounds and distractions bring you right back to my voice. That's right. Right back to my voice. At times you may feel the need to shift or even move around a bit. That's okay. You're just releasing tension. Very good. That's right. You're doing perfectly. And now we've done a really good job of relaxing your body. Now I want to help you to relax your mind. And this is going to be a very valuable thing for you. I'm going to help you to relax your mind. So in a moment, not quite yet, but in a moment, I'm going to invite you. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to suggest to you that you begin counting down from 100. Counting down from 100, just silently to yourself in your mind. But by the time you get down to about 96 or 97, those numbers will just vanish, just go away. I want you to, between every number, I want you to say deeper relaxed. So it's going to sound like this: 100 deeper relaxed, 99 deeper relaxed, 98 deeper relaxed, 97 deeper relaxed. And again, by the time you get down to about 96 or 97, you find that you just can't think about any more numbers. All those numbers are simply gone, gone, gone. Taking in a nice deep breath right now, and then exhaling. Excellent. That's right. You're doing perfectly. Very good. You're doing perfectly. And so begin counting in your mind: 100 deeper relaxed, 99 deeper relaxed, and then let those numbers go. You can't be bothered to think about any more numbers. Can't be bothered to think about any more numbers at all. They're just gone, 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 totally, completely gone. Absolutely, totally, completely gone from your mind. You can't be bothered to think about numbers. Just let them go now. Just let them go. Perfect. Imagine now I'm coming by and I'm lifting up your hand again. And as I drop it down to your lap, all those numbers, totally, completely gone. Gone, gone, totally, completely gone. Perfect. You're doing perfectly. All right. And as you're going deeper into relaxation, deeper into a state of wonderful relaxation, calmness, the mind is still like a still lake. Your body feels so loose, so limp, so totally and completely relaxed. I want you to think about this idea for a moment. I want you to think about this idea that you could stay totally, completely relaxed, but you could still move around. That you could still move around. You could even talk, but you'd still stay in this deeply relaxed state, deeply hypnotized state, right here, right now. Right here, right now, totally, completely relaxed. Because what I want you to do now is I want you to imagine going down a set of stairs, 3 stairs, and every step down that you go, you're going to become even deeper relaxed. So stepping down to that next step down, and then the next one. And this last one is on the bottom floor. And then we're going to call this the basement of trance. That's right. Just all the way down now, relaxing, collapsing. Total body going totally, completely relaxed. Feeling so good, feeling so completely relaxed. Feels so good to relax. It feels so good to just let go of all outside thoughts, cares, and concerns. And now I want you to just take your hand. So you can move your body and still stay totally, completely relaxed and hypnotized. Some of you are already hypnotized, and some of you will be hypnotized in just a moment. I want you to pick up your hand, your left hand or your right hand, whichever hand feels heavier. I want you to pick that hand up, and I want you to place it on the top of your head. I want you to place it on the top of your head, and then imagine actually that we're going to take it off and we're going to spread some glue on it. We're going to spread some glue on that hand. Imagine spreading glue on that hand and then stick it right back on your head. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. The moment I say 3, notice that your hand is stuck to your head. Want it to happen. Think about it happening. Make it happen. This is your imagination. I can't do it for you. 1, lock that hand down to your head. 2, feel it stuck to your head. Begin to move your hand around, noticing that it feels stuck, like it's totally, completely stuck. And then 3, try to pull your hand off. Find that you just can't do it. It is stuck to your head. The harder you try to pull it off, the more stuck it becomes. More stuck, even more stuck. Try and pull it with your other hand too and find you just can't get it off of your head. It's totally, completely stuck to your head. You perhaps even begin to laugh about it. You start to laugh out loud because it's so funny that your hand is stuck. In fact, the more you laugh, the more you giggle, the more you chuckle, the funnier it becomes. And then in a moment, I'll count from 1 to 3. That hand will come off. It will come off. It may be a little bit difficult. It may be difficult, but you will be able to get that hand off. 1, feel it becoming unstuck. 2, that's right. Feel it loosening up. And then 3, comes right off. And you can place it right back down in your palm. You can place it right back down in your lap. Place it right back in your lap. All right. And now, that was a great demonstration of using hypnosis to achieve some hypnotic phenomenon. We've explored a few different things. I want to do one more with you. And if you had your hand stuck to your head, comment below. Let me know. I'd love to know who's got a great imagination, who this is really happening for. And never have to fake it with me. Some people are going to experience it today. Some people experience it next week. Some people, it just takes a few times doing hypnosis before they get really good at hypnosis, at using their imagination. Sometimes you're not able to focus for whatever reason. Sometimes you're not able to relax for whatever reason. And so now we're going to try something else really fun. We're going to try something really fun. What we're going to do is I'm going to help you to forget something. Wouldn't that be fun? All right. So I just want you to close your eyes. If you've opened them, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. 1, excellent, perfect. And I want you to imagine now. Imagine that just temporarily, just for now, that number between 1 and 3 vanishes from your mind. Imagine it's up on a whiteboard and you're erasing it. It's totally gone. In fact, the harder you would try to think about it, the more distant it becomes. In fact, it gets jumbled up with the other numbers and you just can't remember what that number is that comes between 1 and 3. In fact, the more you think about it, the foggier it gets. It becomes so distant. In fact, you see out in the distance in your imagination, it's way out there. And perhaps you try to reach for it, but you just can't. You try to reach for that number, but you just can't find that number that happens between 1 and 3. That number is totally and completely gone from your mind, gone from your thoughts. The harder you try to think about what number it is that comes between 1 and 3, the more distant it gets. It's like it just disappeared from your mind. And then look down at your hands, and out loud or in your mind, if that's more comfortable for you, I want you to count them. Look at your left hand and count, and then to your right hand and then count that. And then just notice how many hands you seem to have. Notice how many hands you seem to have, because the number between 1 and 3 is totally, completely gone from your thoughts, gone from your mind, totally, completely gone. Excellent. Perfect. Now you can hold up your left hand, and with your right hand, if it's comfortable to do so, begin counting your thumb and fingers, and you count 1 and then go all the way through. But that number between 1 and 3 is gone, totally, completely gone, vanished, just like that. Totally, completely gone. Good. That's right. Perfect. Now take a few deep breaths. Look up at that whiteboard and the number magically reappears. The number is back, and perhaps you're surprised, you're delighted, you're really happy with yourself that you were able to focus your mind and use your imagination so well that you were able to forget the number two. That's right, the number two. You were able to forget the number two. If you were able to forget the number two just briefly, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know. All right, we're going to be wrapping this up. I want you to join me. Join me over on Clubhouse. It's really hard to have a conversation on a lot of these platforms, but over there on Clubhouse, we can have a little conversation. And so I'd love for you to join me. If you don't know how to get there, just go to Google Clubhouse Exploring Awesome. My club, my group should show up. If you're on YouTube, you probably see the link below. Awesome. And I'm going to bring you back, no matter how relaxed you got or not relaxed. I just want to invite you to come right back up and join me in full awareness. And so in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And the moment I say the number 5, you can just come back to your normal state of mind, feeling rested, refreshed, feeling really, really good, really, really proud of what you did. Also feeling very, very relaxed. And I want you, before we do that, I want you to just allow all previous suggestions to go away. Nothing is stuck. Numbers are back. You can feel proud of yourself for your imagination. Good. That's right. You're doing perfectly. Now, I'd like you to focus on one thing, just one thing that you'd like to achieve in the coming months, coming years even. Maybe you want to quit a bad habit. Maybe you want to take on a good habit. Whatever that is, I want you to really focus on that right now. I want you to imagine that you're imprinting it on your mind, that you're totally imprinting it. You're making it solidified in your body and in your mind. And you're reminded that every morning and every night now, you're thinking about that one goal and how you can move forward in achieving that goal. And in fact, on the count of 5, perhaps you have a couple of ideas, something that you want to act on right away to achieve that goal. Good. Now, as I say 1, you can start making your way back to your normal state of consciousness, feeling more confident. Every day as you look in the mirror, liking more and more what you see. 2, coming back, perhaps finding that you're repeating this phrase often: I love myself, I respect myself. I love myself, I respect myself. 3, maybe you start to wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit as you're coming out of the hypnosis, the relaxation, feeling more motivated, more determined than ever to live your best life. 4, stretching, moving the body. Feels so good to stretch. That's right. Move the body. Good. That's right. And then 5, whenever you're ready, just coming all the way back to your normal state. Kind of shake it off. Feeling rested, refreshed, revitalized, feeling really, really good. If you had any kind of interesting experiences, please comment below. I'm going to hang out here for a few more minutes. So if anybody wants to comment anything, I'll try to answer. And if you watch at another time, I will do my best to answer all of your comments, questions, concerns. Happy to do that. Something else, while we're here, I wanted to. Something has been on my mind. It seems that people with hypnosis, they think one of 3 things about hypnosis. They either think that it's number one, they understand that it's a powerful tool and they can use it for change. It's a normal thing that happens for all of us every day. When we wake up, we go to sleep, we go through what we have called hypnosis. We just don't call it hypnosis when we're falling asleep and waking up, but we're in the same mental state. And they understand that it's a powerful tool. It's been scientifically proven. But there's other people that think hypnosis is utter BS, totally BS. And then there's some people that think hypnosis is so powerful that we can make them do our bidding. And I always tell people at my shows, look, if I really could control people's minds, I wouldn't be doing this right now. Love you. I do. I love you. But I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be on an island somewhere with Taylor Swift and bags full of money. All right, don't tell my wife. Um, I mean, you, honey, be on the island with you. Yes, I'd be on an island with Taylor Swift. I wouldn't be doing this live, except maybe to go, hey, look, I'm here with Taylor Swift. So the truth is, hypnosis is a very powerful tool. And I think what has happened, one of the problems that I see with hypnosis is that many of my colleagues, and nothing against them, but many of my colleagues are also drawn to different things. Well, number one, they're drawn to magic and mentalism. And I think pretty much any magician will tell you that those are just tricks or illusions. And so people think, well, hypnosis, because they're oftentimes lumped together. In fact, many magicians do hypnosis, many hypnotists do magic. So they just kind of assume that it's all, tricks and things like that. It's not. Just because some people do magic, and it doesn't mean that it's not legit. Hypnosis has been, it's literally been proven by science. I mean, you can go just type in, Google hypnosis research. There's tons of research, major universities. Now, the other thing that I think that causes people to maybe not look so favorably upon hypnosis is because, and it depends on who you are, some people are really drawn to these other things, but many of my colleagues are also drawn to things like tarot cards, astrology, crystals, that kind of thing. They don't necessarily go together. I don't have to hold crystals when I do hypnosis. Okay. I don't have any psychic powers to do hypnosis. I won't do your birth chart when I do hypnosis. They're separate. They've decided to combine these two things. And I think a lot of people, hey, Mark, good to see you. I think a lot of people, unfortunately, they think, well, this must be all just a bunch of, BS because, especially if you're not into tarot and astrology and that kind of a thing. But see, they're separate. Hypnosis separate from those things. Some people just choose to combine them. I don't. I go for a more scientific approach. I'm not saying there's not science for some of the other stuff. I've just not seen the good studies. Anyway, all right. Hey, thanks for joining me. I hope you'll come over to the Clubhouse app right now. Remember, Google, what's it called again? Google Exploring Awesome. We can have a chat. I'd love to hear about your experience or your not experience. Hey, if it didn't happen for you, great. Let's talk about why it didn't happen. I can help you to understand that. And if you watch later, again, I will try to answer all of your questions. And if you'd like to get a free hypnosis download, there's a link in my YouTube comments, in my YouTube description. Sorry, on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, go to jimkellnerhypnotist.com/free hypnosis. Take care. Be well. Be awesome. Hopefully I'll see you in just a few minutes.